Good morning. Starting the Colorado Trail. It's July 4th. Happy July 4th, everybody. And because it is July 4th, I have a lot of company out here on the trail. There are hikers, there are bikers, there are runners, and there are fishermen. This part of the trail is a really easy, flat walk through Waterton Canyon. It's going to get warmer, but right now it's beautiful. It's probably 60, 65 degrees. I'm pretty anxious about this hike for a lot of different reasons. So we'll see how it goes. All right, I finished the Waterton Canyon section. That was really nice. So now this is more like a hiking trail. And I've gone about 7 or so miles. It's about 10 o'clock. A lot of mountain bikers on the trail today. Gotta watch out for them. So I've reached the high point of segment 1. This is about 7,500 feet. Get some nice views out here. It's just a beautiful, perfect day. Nice blue sky, a few little clouds up there. I'm gonna take a break here and eat lunch. So I'm at about mile 15. It's almost 3 o'clock. And I can look down now and see the South Platte River right down there, which marks the end of segment 1. That was my stretch goal for today. Now that I'm here, I'm going to continue down. It's about 1.5 miles, and then I'm either going to camp there near the river or possibly continue just a little way up segment 2. We'll see when I get there. All right, I'm at the South Platte River. Beautiful spot. A lot of people choose to camp here. I'm actually going to continue. I'm going to start segment 2 and go up about 1.5 miles because I read on Goshawk that there are some great campsites up there. Now it's about 7 o'clock and I'm all set up at my campsite for the night. Here's my tent. It's at about mile 19.3. I didn't mean to go that far, but I couldn't find some of the other campsites that the commenters had left notes about on far out. So I just continued. Found this side. It's pretty good. It's level. A little protection from trees. And I got here about 5:30. So I'm going to eat dinner and go to bed early. Good morning, day 2. I've gone about 3 miles. It's about 9 o'clock. I didn't sleep too well last night, so it's kind of a slow morning, but I did have a nice campsite. And by going 19 miles yesterday, I got through the entire burn area on segment 2 yesterday. And I also climbed like 1,400 feet up from the river. So I wouldn't have wanted to do that today. So I'm glad I did it yesterday. I'm up at about, I think, 7,800 feet now. Got a nice view of the mountains in the next, past the next valley over there. Heading down towards the fire station. I got about 3.5 miles to get to the fire station where they have a water spigot for hikers. I've got enough water to get there, and it's just another gorgeous day. Hi, how you doing?
It's a beautiful area.
It sure is. I love it.
A lot of people hate burn zones, but I think they're awesome.
You know, I don't think I've been in one like this before, but it's beautiful, I think.
Aspen groves that are starting to pop up over there.
Yeah, I think so too. The way the grass blows in the wind and every flowers coming up too, it's great.
All right, what was your name?
Brian.
Brian? Will.
Will.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. All right, so I was wrong about getting through the entire burn zone last night when I decided to continue past the South Platte River. I got past the first burn zone, the one with the big 1,000-foot climb, but now I'm in the middle of another huge burn zone. And I think all of this is from the Buffalo Creek fire. I'm not sure what year that happened, but there's a lot of new vegetation coming up. And it's actually really a beautiful area. I'm really enjoying walking through it. And I'm loving the trail. It's gorgeous. Good, thanks. How are you? Beautiful day, huh?
Oh yeah.
The temperature's great.
Our way down the trail, don't mind us.
They have garbage. There's a flatbed truck, and we just leave it on there.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, sure thing.
Have a great day.
Have a good one.
Thanks. So I'm camped over here at Buffalo Creek, right next to the creek here, which I like because I like the white noise when I'm trying to sleep. And I'm cooking my dinner over here. Gonna have rice and beans tonight. There we go. We'll stir that up. Let it sit for 5 minutes. All right, I put the cheese in. It's all melted. So now the Fritos go in. And that's all there is to it. Dinner is served. Good morning. Day 3 on the Colorado Trail. It's about 7:30 and I've gone about a mile. I camped at Buffalo Creek last night, which was a nice spot to camp at. It was cold this morning. I could see my breath, but there was a big climb coming up from the campsite and that warmed me right up, and the sun is starting to warm things up too, so it's really nice now. It looks like another perfect, beautiful day, at least for now. So we'll see what the trail has in store for us today. Hello, it's about 2 o'clock and it's been mostly, I guess entirely, a walk in the woods today. But really nice woods, several beautiful aspen groves. I just exceeded 10,000 feet in elevation for the first time. 10,600. Heading down now, but I'm going to be going back up, and I think I'll be camping above 10,000 feet tonight, which I think I mentioned anxiety on my first day, that I have anxiety about this trail. That was one of my concerns, altitude sickness. I've only hiked that elevation once before on the John Muir Trail, and I didn't get altitude sickness there, but my understanding is that doesn't mean anything. You can still get altitude sickness the next time you go to altitude. So that's just one of the many concerns I had heading into this trail. Well, here's a change of pace. This beautiful meadow with these mountains behind, beautiful blue sky with puffy clouds. People say these first few sections aren't spectacular. Maybe not like the sections above tree line, but I think they're pretty awesome. This meadow literally goes on for miles. It's got this nice creek in the middle of it, all these flowers. Here's the trail. The trail's great. It's easy walking. There is one negative. These black biting flies are absolutely vicious. You can't stand still. You'll have 6 or 7 of them on you biting you. And I think they have teeth. This is what I'm talking about here. Look at these little bastards. They swarm and they bite and they hurt like hell. They're absolutely brutal. Good morning, day 4. Camped at a beautiful spot last night at the end of that spectacular meadow. It's a great spot, it's flat. There were 2 other people camping there. One is a guy named Eric, he's a doctor. I had met him previously, very nice guy. I got a late start because I'm going to have a shorter hike today, I think like 13 miles maybe. I'm going to go almost to Kenosha Pass, but not quite. And then tomorrow I'll go down to the road and hitch into Jefferson, get a nice breakfast there. Yesterday's the first day I went over 10,000 feet. And I ended up camping at 10,900, so almost 11,000. I wasn't really ready for that. I wanted to stay at like 8,000 or 9,000, but didn't bother me. So far so good on the altitude. It builds a little confidence to get up to 10,900 and sleep there and not have any issues. It's beautiful. So I'm at about mile 65 and I'm hiking up towards Kenosha Pass. And I just met a hiker, Kate, and she said it's supposed to rain this afternoon. I'm gonna try to camp in about 1.5 miles just above the road at Kenosha Pass and then hitch into Jefferson tomorrow. Hope I can get there before the rain. So I found this campsite just off the trail at mile 69.7. So it leaves less than a mile to get down to Route 285 and then hitch into Jefferson for breakfast. Pretty good site, some protection from the trees. It started raining as soon as I got the tent set up, but it was just a brief shower. So this is home for the night. 37 degrees when I got up this morning. Today's going to be a good day. I'm heading down to Jefferson. I have less than a mile to get to the road, and then I'll hitch there, get a nice breakfast. All right, so I'm on trail day 5. I just left Kenosha Pass, walked down about 1 mile from my campsite to the pass, and then hitched a ride into Jefferson. Went to Jefferson Market and had a 5-star breakfast burrito. It's awesome. And then I bought a bunch of health food, potato chips, Slim Jims, Chips Ahoy, chocolate chip cookies, and bought a burrito to go. That'll be dinner tonight. And then I made my first dumbass move of the trip. I hitched a ride back to the pass, and the nicest people, Abby and Justin, picked me up, and I threw my pack in the back of their truck. We got to the pass, I got out, pulled my pack out, said goodbye, and then I realized both of my 1-liter Smart Water bottles had fallen out of my pack into their truck. I had to hitch back to Jefferson Market, buy 2 water bottles, and then hitch back. At least I got a ride back from a guy driving a Tesla. First time I've ridden in a Tesla, and he had it in self-driving mode. Finally got back to the pass around noon, started up the trail, and it is just gorgeous. So I think I'm gonna go maybe 10 miles today. Heading up into the high country now, so it should be beautiful. So I hike up to about mile 81.7. It's at about 11,600 feet. And the last 2 miles almost killed me. They weren't steep, but it was just, I was sucking wind. So the trail is right there. You can kind of see it. And right up there is Georgia Pass, which I'll go over first thing tomorrow. And there are a few campsites here. There's only a few trees, but there are some spots with at least a little protection. I set up my tent right over here, behind some trees, pretty flat, not too rocky. Actually a pretty great spot. And looking this way, there's some great views too over there. So tonight, this is home. Morning of day 6. Good morning. Another beautiful day, although there might be showers later on today. I left my campsite a little while ago. Had to wait a while because my tent was soaked. Dried it out in the sun, and I'm reaching Georgia Pass right now. And what a spot. Absolutely beautiful. So I just came down from Georgia Pass. What a spectacular location. Took a long break up there. So I think I have a big downhill now. I'd like to stop a couple of miles before the road to Breckenridge and Frisco. Hopefully find a campsite somewhere near mile 98 or 99, somewhere in there. What a beautiful pine forest this is, just below Georgia Pass. You get down into the woods pretty quickly, and it is so green and beautiful. And you get some distant views through the trees to the surrounding mountain ranges. So I'm heading down towards Frisco, but I think I'm going to camp near Horseshoe Gulch. And it's about 3:15 in the afternoon. The prediction was potential for some storms this afternoon. And it looks like there are some storms over there, but it's been dry here. It's been in and out of the sun and clouds all day. Hopefully that continues. Good morning. Day 7. Getting an early start this morning. I'm going to get down and catch the bus into Frisco. I wanted to get the first bus, which is 6:51, I think. I won't make that one because it's about 6:25 now. And I have 3 miles to go to get to the road. So I'll get probably the 7:20. 7:21, I think it is. That'll be okay. Go in there and get breakfast. Get the day started. Looking forward to a new day. All right, back on trail. After a quick stop in Frisco, I got a nice breakfast sandwich at Subway. I was still hungry, so I got a breakfast sandwich combo at Wendy's. That's 2,000 calories combined before 10 o'clock in the morning. I did a resupply at Safeway. It's not the best Safeway I've ever been to, but it was good enough. I resupplied for 3 days to get me to Leadville, where I plan to go into town and hopefully stay overnight in a hostel. So I'm on the Gold Hill Trail now. This section climbs up to 12,500, but I'm not going to go up there. The clouds are building, and I don't want to be up there above tree line if a thunderstorm comes in. So I plan to go up about 7 or 8 miles. So I came to this water source, mile 109.3 on far out. I saw this side trail. So I'm going to take this side trail up here. Usually if there's a side trail like this, there's campsites. And sure enough, when I get up here a little ways, there's this nice spot. Looks like there's room for several tents here. But I'm going to take this one. This is where I'll be tonight. All right, so I've got my tent set up. I'm hearing thunder all around, so it's very quickly setting it up. But I think it's a good spot. I didn't want to set it in a hollow in the ground, so I didn't want the water to pool underneath it. I'm waiting to put my stuff in it until it dries out a little bit. It's wet from last night. There was a lot of condensation last night. Didn't realize it until just now, but this site actually has a view too. Pretty nice up there. So I use an earth sack for my food. And theoretically, you don't have to tie that up in a tree. You can just tie it to a tree. I try to tie it up when possible, so I think I'm going to do that tonight. And here's my rock bag. I found some little rocks, put them in there. It's attached to my line. I found 2 trees, and I'll do a little video of myself trying to do this bear hang. Good morning. Day 9. Another beautiful sunny morning. It's the way it is every morning. The clouds come in the afternoon. It did rain some last night, off and on for a few hours, but it wasn't bad. I had that beautiful campsite. I've gone about a half a mile so far this morning, and I just came to this open area with just a beautiful view of the ridges above it. And I'm climbing up there somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where. I have a 1,400-foot climb. I've done probably 200 or 300, but I started out with a 1,400-foot climb. I'm guessing I'm climbing up there, or maybe there. One of those gaps. Not entirely sure though. I assume there'll be great views up there, so we'll see what it looks like. All right, I climbed up that big bowl. It was the leftmost gap that I first pointed to. And now I have this long traverse, about 1.4 miles, to get up to the high point of the ridge. I got nice views off to my left. These beautiful mountains, and I think that's the town of Breckenridge down there. This is a nice walk up here though, but at this altitude, I had to rest several times to catch my breath. So I've reached the top of the ridge, 12,500 feet roughly. It is beautiful. Look at these mountains, look at this view. And wow, was that tiring. A little chilly up here. There's a structure over there. I think it's the top of a chairlift. I think I see chairlift towers there. And I believe this is Breckenridge ski area down below. I just checked far out and I stand corrected. That is Copper Mountain ski area. The trail goes right by that. This is actually the very top of the ridge. What a panorama there is here. And I have company right over there. That's a mountain goat. He's going down the hill. I'm going to miss him. I'll try to get over there and catch him. There's the mountain goat. I had to run to catch up with him. I can't run very far up here. It's pretty cool. Okay, I think I finally have this right now. That first ski area I saw, that is Breckenridge. And this one over here on the other side of the ridge, this is Copper Mountain. And I can see the village of Copper Mountain down there. That's where the trail goes right by. All right, so I found my campsite for the night. I'm just short of Searle Pass, and I believe that gap right there is Searle Pass. So I'll climb that in the morning. I didn't want to go over today. I actually didn't expect to go up this high though. I'm up at 11,765 feet, and I have my tent set up. Here's the trail. My tent is right down there. It's a pretty cool spot. It's not the most level campsite I've ever had, so I think I might be sliding around in there. But if you come down here, you have views in the other direction, and then the trail is right over there. I don't know if you can see it. That's where I came up. So it's a pretty cool spot, no doubt about it. Good morning, and a beautiful blue sky morning it is. Day 9, about 7 o'clock. I think it's going to be an easy day, 12, 13 miles, something like that. And that'll position me well for getting into Leadville tomorrow. That campsite worked out pretty well. It wasn't that cold last night. I went to bed about 7:30, quarter of 8. At 9:30, I was woken up by several mountain bikers coming down the trail by headlight. They had their lights on. It was dark out, and they were going pretty fast. I couldn't believe it. It seemed like a death wish to me, but they were going down the mountain. I don't know where they ended up going to. If they went all the way to Copper Mountain, that's 7, 8 miles, something like that. So let's get going and see what today brings. I'm approaching Searle Pass. First of 3 passes today. I think it's 12,046 feet. First time I've been over 12,000 feet. What a beautiful spot. The other 2 passes shouldn't be too bad because they don't drop much between them. I only had to climb about 300 feet because I climbed so high yesterday. I had camped in basically the last clump of trees before a tree line. So it wasn't that bad, even though, as you can probably tell, I'm totally out of breath. Not used to these altitudes. I'm in between Searle Pass and Elk Ridge, and this walk is just spectacular. All above tree line. It's a perfect day. The wildflowers are tremendous. So I have Elk Ridge, and I think I can see that up ahead. And then after that, Kokomo Pass. And I believe all of that will be above tree line. Wow, what a beginning to the day. Just fantastic. All right, I arrived at my campsite. I'm at Far Out Mile 139.9. It's about 2 miles before Tennessee Pass. So I'll just hike down the 2 miles tomorrow and hitch into Leadville. Hopefully that won't take too long. Show you where I set up here. It's a good spot, nice and flat. There's 5 or 6 sites in this area, at least. Maybe 8. I don't know. There's a lot of sites here. And nobody else is here, which I'm really surprised at. Maybe there aren't that many people on the trail right now. I don't know. But this is where I'll be tonight. Good morning. Day 10, Saturday, July 13th. I just left camp, walking down to Tennessee Pass. And then I'm going to hitch to Leadville. It's about 6:45. Hope to get to the trailhead at 7:15. It'd be great to be in Leadville by 8 or 8:30. Hello again. So I got a ride into Leadville in about 3 minutes. That was great. And I checked with the hostel I wanted to stay at. It's called In the Clouds. And they didn't have any beds available tonight. They said I could camp in the yard for $20. And I could use their facility, take a shower, do laundry, etc. I said, if I'm going to camp in their yard, I might as well just camp on the trail. I did walk downtown. Got a great breakfast burrito at the Silver Llama. It ain't cheap there, but it was good. And then went back towards the Safeway because there's a laundromat right next door, and they have showers too. So I did my laundry. I took a shower. Feels great. Then I went to Safeway to stock up on food for the next 3 days. And then I had to hitch back to the trail. Finally got back to the trail about, 3:20. And I'm going to walk about 5 miles and camp about that far in. So I didn't get to stay in town, but I got to see Leadville. Keeps me ahead of schedule. I think it'll work out okay.